It's tough for all these players who are currently on Military Island. And it's not so far away from the bridges that they have to move quickly. They can still hold this down in doing so.
I'll tell you who this is actually, White. Orange Rock. It's already pushed people over to the east, which means that they can play a little bit harder on the edge. And as an aggressive team, that kind of favors them as a play style. They will be able to take this fight at their behest, and they will be able to just push them through, see what they can find. And as we say, they've got the fragging chops to do it.
Oh, definitely. Now, playing on this soft edge over here, they can come just straight through ruins and then move their way, and there is so much cover ahead of them on the eastern side in terms of buildings from school and the outskirts of Rozhok. They're going to have a nice and easy time getting through there. Team Insane are opting to leave early. Godlike also moving up from Milta into shelter area, so they're going to have, it's not a massive amount of cover for them, and most of you will hear them now on the vehicles as they make their way in. We have a huge cluster dead center of the circle right now.
Apex getting a little bit peppered on the rotation. ETG Brawlers spotting out from their compound, trying to spot out a couple of things to do, and that's going to allow 8-Bit to know that they can't find any signal over there. Find another way to hold themselves alive.
It's all down there really giving Trusty Process a little bit of time overall. Now, Orb is one of the teams that I saw and I was like, wow, this team was really improved since the beginning of the group stage. Towards the end, we saw players like Mazik, players like Ash just doing absolute work. So it's super interesting to see. And Mad Dog has weird moments as well, where it's just able to hide in plain sight. So hope we see a little bit more of that.
It becomes the ground. It becomes the cover. He needs nothing more than a
few blades of grass. Yeah.
No, that's all. But the Megastars just peppering over towards 0 degree. This is sort of standard combat play, and actually it's something that we saw last season over in India, when it was the Indian region, now in the South Asian region. These teams actually really quite heavily favor compound style moving into these play-ins. So it looks like they're falling back on that just a little bit. I do like to see some terrain play, especially on Erangel. There's a lot of really strong hill cover, a lot of really strong positions that you can be holding. But going back to the basics, has its benefits too. You can really sort of feel comfortable, and maybe to start us off, they're just getting into it. They're just opening up their land breathing coming in. It's a special way you have to breathe. It is a particular technique. If you're at home,
one of the many forms,
you do need to breathe in a very particular way. It's very important. Otherwise, they check the admin to check that you're breathing.
They do. They come over, they touch your chest, and that.
They've got one of those stethoscope.
Special one.
Oh yeah.
Now
that is all not true.
Now with all these teams in the compound, like you're saying, John, I think it's definitely more leaning on this favour of that. When we first saw South Asia, they were a very passive region, and I definitely commented on this in the global finals. Obviously, I wasn't there, but it's something I definitely noticed. Was they'd go, these Seoul would go to a compound, stay there too long, even after getting a really good position, but refusing to move because they're scared to make that rotation. But towards the end of the group stage, we saw teams just ping-ponging all over the place, and it was very fun, very dynamic. But here, I do not blame any playing a bit more passive right now. They're feeling everyone else out. Like I said, it's been over a month since these teams have played together, excluding scrims. So it's very, very interesting to see how this will pan out. But I think it will be a lot of compound play, especially in this area, like in the south of Yasnaya.
Everyone finding their buildings now. The next rotation came through. The players from Military Island all rotate relatively unharried. It's almost a miracle to run into each other, but everyone's pushing into the areas, as you say, around school, around you. Finding out.
I think that's what you have to do, especially if you're on the back foot coming up from looking for a foothold, looking a bit to call home. That's what's going to be most difficult, especially with all these teams using that third-person perspective, hiding out in the compounds, ready to pounce on you as soon as you appear.
They can just spot you out. Obviously, Mega X is one of the stronger teams coming in second overall from those group stages. Doing a lot of work, but 8-Bit, they get found out by the ETG Brawlers. This is two teams, as we said earlier, were vying for similar areas on the map. Seems like they've come to loggerheads now.
ETG Brawlers got a couple of good players on the team. They didn't have the massive group stages that we expected them to. Obviously, they've got the iconic players in the form of Iconic, as well as Nova, who are very well known in their country. And it's great to see them popping off right now. We'll see if they can continue doing it. Currently, 8-Bit do hold down this compound, which is quite strong. But look at all the vehicles. They're ready to leave at a moment's notice. They do have to worry about 0 degree, though. But this hillside might give them a little bit of cover in terms of line of sight. What they do have to worry about, though, is the rotation out there.
Oh dear. Process really not having the best time of it, losing yet another player. Sorry, Dave. Looks like they're not going to be able to do too much more in this game. 0 points. Check it out there. Orb sat up top. 2 kills for them. One relatively early on.
Yeah. So Orb official, ETG Brawlers, Rip official as well. Not teams you'd expect to be on top, but obviously this 15 minutes of players. So a lot can happen in the next 10 to 15 minutes as we close out Erangel. I'm excited to see what happens next. We do have now a little bit of a better look at where these teams are playing from. Entity currently in Yasnaya, a team that we didn't really see very much right now, but it seems to be playing safe and they're ready to move in. Next circle does pop right now, right on top of Megastars, so they've moved all the way down from Severny. Made a great rotation past Yasnaya and into a position where they can control the fields just south of Yasnaya. It's going to be a very difficult rotation for Entity. They're going to lose some vehicles undoubtedly.
See what they can use. It is a resource you can sort of start to invest moving forwards in the game, moving forwards in the into the process of these circles closing down on you. Vehicles become cover, they become mobile setups. You can really do that. Speaking of this position, this is the difficulty that you have when you start to invest in compounds. ETG Brawlers, they can go anywhere, they can just leave at any time, whereas exiting a compound, a lot harder. Speaking of trying to get into a compound, though, is even more difficult than that. Teams like Rip Official are finding that out. 0 degree and Synergy all shooting on their way. They know exactly where they are. They've already lost one. Tries to crawl in, but it's not going to go his way. Major Alpha able to claim that Synergy.
Synergy looking to make another miracle performance here in the play-ins. Obviously in the group stages they were quite far down on the rankings, but they had a ridiculously good last match too. And they managed to get the chicken dinner and jump up a lot of points, actually forcing Hydra out of the runnings. Obviously, Hydra had some really strong firepower, but just were not consistent enough. And Synergy E were just able to make it happen. So I'm excited to see what they can do during the play-ins, because they have been basically, they've climbed a pit of group stages, peeked their head over, and now they've got another pit to climb, and it is the play-ins itself.
One to escape on out, and actually somehow he's managed to get away with it, getting all the way away, and ETG Brawlers still shooting onto Orb. Rip Official now 2 players left in the shack. They sent one of their players out wide to try and head off, but they're going to crash straight into the Soul. That might not be the best of ideas. Entity now defending on the northeast of the circle against Godlike for now. They are leading that fight. The fields south of Yasnaya, very difficult to navigate.
Yeah, I think that's why you're seeing most of these players congregating around the southern side. There's a huge hill here. Well, not a huge hill, but there's definitely terrain that undulates that you can play around, which is nice and easy. Soul currently still on that western side, very close to Legend from Rip Official. Either some outstanding scouting or very much far away from home.
Yeah, he just sent away. He was the guy who managed to sneak away from that shack in the US.
Yeah. Orange Rock, they are the ones who are gatekeeping Soul right now. Soul either remove Orange Rock or have to slowly creep into the circle. There's really no in between there for them, because on the northern side they're met by a river and very much open ground, which Orange Rock will definitely be moving towards. But again, we're going to look back on our screen. We've got this freeway split between Orb, Synergy E, and 0 degree, but that's a nice shot from ETG Brawlers onto Pan Singh.
Oh, double knock coming out from Synergy E, and Rip really not having the best time of it. Trust the process eliminated in 16th. Rip down to very minimal force right now. Not having the greatest time.
Oh, Tall John, very, very unfortunate there. It's Legend, I believe, who is last. And Synergy basically cleared out all the players in the shack. So Legend is the hope that goes forward.
Ooh,
see what
nice.
they can do. That is a really tough for a lot of these teams.
it's actually going to be really tricky for Entity particularly. They're going to have to cross the open fields. You can see them mounting up already. Crash into some.
What a gift, though, for ETG Brawlers. We were talking about this, that they had to leave. If they had to leave there, they were going to be fired upon by at least 2-3 teams. Now, they could just set up right on the top of this hill with the nice little deflates they'll create from those vehicles, which they really won't need anymore to rotate with. They're already doing it now.
Rolling in. Elementrix taking a little bit of punishment, moving on forwards. As these three-way splits getting shut down, the Megastars have spotted them out. Mr. Josie still going strong though. Still will be able to get there. Godkill trying to strafe across. Will be able to get out of those scopes for now. Fizzley not quite able to finish.
Pat himself back into cover. A little bit scared. He's out in the open there. I mean, a lot of the other players are, but these are some nice shots coming through now. The Mega X, who are taking some serious punishment.
Megastars really doing a lot of work at the moment, controlling this ground. They're right on the northern side of this next circle. They do have to move in a minute. So, taking a little bit of a fight. Clutch Guard down. As Mortal falls as well in the battle currently with Retribution. Trying to go out wide. Clutch God has been revived, but Viper takes his place on the floor. In goes Regaltos, goes for the spray, will get shut out as well. Now it's just Clutch God. He falls, Soul down and out 15.
Unfortunate there. Mortal trying to make something happen, but I really think it was impatience. They were desperate to get those players up inside. I think what they could have done is waited it out behind the car and went for that refrag again and then picked up the player on the floor. Instead, they rushed all into the building, hoping to keep all 4 players up. You know what? It's unfortunate. Soul, they are a family. A family dies together.
Well, they all go down. Only 1 point for them. Not going to be super happy with that, but it's a little bit of a scuffle going around the garage. 0 degree have the ground floor.
RV. Oh my lord, you've got to sprint on him, but it's not enough.
No, he is going to get shut out, and that's Orange Rock losing yet another player. They're going to get eliminated as well. Down in 14th, it's Orange Rock. Top scorers from those group stages, but here in the play-ins, they're getting shut out early. Entity as well, having a rough time of it on the northern side now.
Already 2 big names now. You got Soul, Orange Rock, like you say, John. But this is a mega fight going on here between 0 degree, Mega Stars, and Zero. It's just incredible. So I think all these players now trying to make their way in past the road, like Entity, they can have such a serious problem getting in here.
Everyone really struggling. You can see the players are starting to drop like flies. It's Zone 5, which I lovingly refer to as the Thanos circle. Half the lobby just disappears right before your very eyes. Down to 35 players, 11 teams. As Entity get eliminated on the northern side, they won't be putting up the numbers just yet.
ETG is so happy with his position. Look at the 360 degrees that they have around here. 0 degree, they have a nice little compound, as do 8-bit right now.
Wow.
But this is the fight that I'm really looking at. Mega X now out 2.
So many teams going down. We're down to 9. 0 degree in one of these buildings, just opposite Retribution. Still going strong. And really, the heavy hitters so far, I'd say, have been eliminated in this fight. So it is very much up for grabs to try and strike out early here in the play-ins.
Yeah, 100%. Now we're down to the teams that we did not expect to be sticking around this long. We were looking at Soul, we were looking at Orange Rock, we were looking at Mega X. All 3, the big 3 is now out here from these groups.
The team that Dave is still in, though. Dave's the only one with the horse in the race at the moment, over on the desk. 8-bit, 3 players alive, still going strong. See what they're able to do. ETG Brawlers atop their hill, very much remaining dominant with some oversight here, getting a lot done, controlling these rotations. Insane as well. Just on the trying to displace them a little bit.
Really, they only have to control the rotations closest to them, and currently that is 8-bit, because everywhere else, if you try and scale this hill, other teams will be shooting at you, and that'll give the alarm bells for ETG Brawlers. So they've got guard dogs all around them, just barking at the teams coming to the hill. So it's such a strong position right now. If you had to put money on anyone winning this one, it would definitely be ETG Brawlers.
Well, they've just taken a knock, actually, over from the sidelines. Won't be able to pick that one up, but I agree with you. Definitely the strongest position in my eyes right now. The circle will be shifting in just a little bit, but it's only really going to be godlike. You have to move in.
This is a good name, actually. Dark throws it down.
Points on Hubby.
Not actually hit anything.
Is it going to pop? Found too much. Dear Retribution not having the best of time. The nades coming back from Insane though. Oh no, 8-bit nade themselves as well. That's disastrous. The problem with having such a strong position for the ETG Brawlers is there's 7 other teams all looking to try and take it down as well.
Everyone else wants this right now. Godlike, they're almost definitely dunked over here. 0 Degree have a great read on them. Now they're all going to flood out and try and clear these players in the back. Great shot from God there.
Going to be able to take one down. 0 Degree continuing to push on forwards as teams get eliminated. That's Mega X going down. 9th place. Synergy Retribution down to 2 players. ETG Brawlers top hill with all 4 alive. One of them is down.
Pro 10 on a sliver of HP. This man is on life support right now. We'll see what he can do with it. First kit does get applied. Wonderful play from 0 Degree though. They know there's players behind them and players in front. So what do you do first? You always clear out the backside before you have to move forward. You never want to get stabbed in the back. Next up on Pubg, it goes over towards Megastars right now. ETG Brawlers are just a little bit out of it though.
Just a little bit. Have to make something happen. 8-bit still in it as well. Just behind them. So speaking of the strategy you were talking about before, Blank, ETG Brawlers have to be careful of 8-bit's position. Not only that, to be worried about Insane. Whose fight do they take?
There's so many players around them right now. Insane have some good sightlines on them, as do 0 Degree, but now they're cutting them off with their own smoke. 8-bit down here though. Oh, what a spin!
Oh, it's just Ash. He's got to go for the spray. Is not going to be able to convert. But it's the ETG Brawlers to wipe them out. They are continuing to reign dominance from above. Only one is down. They'll be able to res that one up. And we're down to 6 teams now, Blank.
Sangwan had such a swivel on his head there to catch that player out. Synergy E had that into a nice little position. The 2-2 split I am really quite happy with right now. Strider and Major Alpha can provide so much cover towards the 2 players currently in that little ditch over there. And they're just going to control that space. Team Insane have a good position here to play spoiler though. ETG Brawlers have a little lip of their hill to play from. So really, everyone's got a nice positions because there's so much, like, I guess, rain over this last circle.
Yeah, there's a lot of undulations, a lot of defilades to play in, but Synergy E with that sort of split positioning at the moment, controlling so much of it. They really displaced the ETG Brawlers from that hillside. Quite dramatic fashion. It looks like ETG Brawlers are going to break out wide as well. They know that Insane have just been knocked once, so they are down to 2 players. 0 Degree going to catch a little bit of lead as well. There's everybody now vying for this push. It's going to be deadly. It's going to be quite a fight
as well, but currently the Synergy E are doing really well. What a wonderful start of the day it would be to end the stage with a miracle chicken dinner and then come into play-ins and get another chicken dinner here.
It would be pretty spectacular. Obviously, 2 games being played on this current matchup of groups, so they'll have to try and push through to the second to get another one on board. We're down to 5 teams. 8 already for the ETG Brawlers, a really huge number being posted. No matter what, they've had a great game. Everybody else really who's left alive, a similar story.
ETG Brawlers done a really good job to keep all 4 members alive, and I like this little, they've got a wave going on here which just collapse over the rest of the team as they just push on over as a squad. Megastars now taking a lot of fire from over the side from 0 Degree.
Oh, trades going off between Insane and ETG Brawlers. Back and forth, and the Brawlers finally lose one. They're down to 3 now. The Megastars, in the meantime, they're pushing over. They're trying to wipe out 0 Degree. Only 2 players for them. They will be able to eliminate Insane in the process. 0 Degree now, still alive. 10 kills for them. The Brawlers with 10 as well. Now I'm just going to continue to get pushed on through. Now it's down to the big 2 from the final circles. The Brawlers and Synergy E clapping at each other.
Major Alpha's had some really good sprays so far, just perfectly understanding where these players are posted down. He does not want to move a muscle right now. Austin has ridiculously good position here, so much cover just to pop up and use that like elevated position to get a better eye line over the top of these players. But this Gilisu on Nova could prove crucial. They still hold the high ground. That's Major Alpha down. 3v1 now, John.
so tricky to win these. Austin can try and get it. He's in the dirt. He's trying to go for the spray. He's on the floor, and he will stay there. It is the Brawlers. They will take it home. Game number 1 for the play-ins goes their way.
Look how happy these boys are right now. And it's not the team that we expected to come out on top, but here they are today. What a wonderful performance from them. I said in the beginning, they definitely didn't have the performance they wanted in group stages, not the one I expected at least, but here they are bringing it in the play-ins, John.
Everything's gone topsy-turvy in the first game, and this is the excitement that a LAN tournament can bring you. So great to have these teams here, and when you put them under pressure, the diamonds form. It's going to be ETG Brawlers on the first.
It's crazy here, though, John, because it's funny to see because Dave mentioned on death, the LAN jitters. But some teams, they get the LAN power boost.
Oh, yeah.
Some of these teams love to be in the limelight. They love the cheer of the crowd. And they bask in it. So, very, very well played to ETG Brawlers here. Similar to Synergy E, I think they took a really good position. The 2-2 split was bold, but I think it did come back to bite them in the end because they just could not control that high ground so well. And I think when the circle ended up there and really control that high ground where they could just look down upon those players beneath, Austin couldn't really take advantage of that position. I think maybe he could have popped up sooner. These are minor mistakes, which in the moment are very hard to fix.
It's so difficult to overcome a man disadvantage in final circle. It is just so... Unfortunately, they weren't able to do it, but they still have a great game on the cards. I think they got 7 kills at the end of it, across it, so that's second place with 7 kills, bring them up to 21 points. Really, really nice scoreline for them to kick off their showing.
Now, you said it there, it's so hard when you're man down trying to fight back, and we looked at the final, I think it was the group stages, maybe the semi-finals of the NA Pmco, right? There was only one team that I've seen throughout the watch was Pittsburgh Knights, who were able to pull off a 3v1. So anywhere else, I've never seen it. So that man advantage, like you say, is hugely important. Something you guys have to watch out for at home. As soon as a player goes down, unless a response comes through very quickly, whilst you know where that player is, you are more than likely going to lose that match.
For reference, we're looking for the top 16 teams here, right? Which means that we need to sort of look at how many points each of these teams are going to get on average. 8 games that each team is playing.
Yeah.
Generally, you're looking around, if you're over 8, should in theory, if you crunch the numbers, that should in theory be where your benchmark is to try and make it into those final stages. You want to be in the top 2/3 of the teams here, right? Yeah. So 9 points on average should see you through. You want to be breaking 10 in order to solidify your spot in those regional finals from the playoffs.
For the Megastars was there walking out, looking to make adjustments. They did get very unlucky. They came down from Severny and the circle just wouldn't stop moving away from them. Especially when you come down to S9, it's the fields you want to come through there. You want to at best you're going to lose a player and make your way in, but they just kept having to walk forward, slouching down past S9, really pulling on the boots there. Quite unfortunate for them. But going forward, I think we're going to be playing on maps where maybe this team is not so comfortable anymore because we're no longer at we're going to be playing Vikendi, Sandhawk and Miramar for the rest of the day. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how these players shape up and is it something they've worked on?
That's what we're going to have to look out for. There's 8 games to play for each of these teams in the play-ins. There's 12 games total, but of course we've got 3 groups, so we do have to swap them in. Each team taking 4 games as a break. Entity really didn't have the sort of showing that I wanted from them in the start here. Not getting super far into the circles, not having the same sort of impact. But let's back over to our analyst desk to tell us exactly what they made of that circle, what they thought about those final games, the final close. So back over to you, Jason.
Guys, yeah, that was a pretty hectic, crazy game. Considering the favorites we talked about for it was like half an hour here on the deck, dropping out so early. And speaking of that, the first one to go down, the highest fragger from the group stage, he didn't make it past the first couple minutes.
See, when you take a loss like that as Orange Rock, it's really difficult to recover. Especially if you're a team like Orange Rock that relies on having more people onto the very end. They have this system that they want to keep going. Take somebody, if you take Sandu out of the picture that early on, you're going to struggle for the rest of the game, and we clearly saw that. They got out second out of everybody else in the game.
Yeah, so check out these highlights real quick. ETG Brawlers, they did have an interesting hole. They were doing a 3-1 split. They lost that one solo member that did go up to North, leaving them with just 3 members alive. I was getting a little nervous for them. Yes, they had the high ground. Yes, they had some smoke utility. We did have Austin over there trying to play spoiler, getting some nice shots onto one of the members onto Dark, but just not able to confirm any kills off that. Good try.
I do have to say that EDG, their positioning in that last game was immaculate. I mean, all throughout, finding the right hill just to sort of position themselves on. And they actually, to be honest, they got a little bit lucky with the circle. They never really had to readjust it. When they did, it was very minimal amounts. That definitely kept them alive, but being coordinated as they were, taking the fights they needed to take, that kept them alive long enough to win them the game.
Yeah, I mean, it was circle number 5, right? They were blessed by the circle gods, but they utilized their positioning so well. They had 4 vehicles. They made a little fort. They had a 360-degree angles held onto them, so they had to protect their sides, all sides. Then we kind of saw them play King of the Hill, honestly. There was insane SGE and 8-bit all trying to kind of get up there on top of the hill. They were doing a great job of keeping them at bay, making sure they don't push onto them. I believe that was the play that kind of secured them the kill, because after that hill secure, they were able to move on into late game with 4 alive.
Well, speaking of the Circle Gods, one team we have to talk about is they were in Yasnaya, they landed there, they had the zone for the first 4 circles, and then eventually they moved out. But this was the team that dropped out in 12th place. This is a team that basically had everything they needed in this actual round, and yet they fell early.
Yeah, you know, the thing with Yasnaya is moving out of Yasnaya is basically a desert ground. You have all those wide open fields, and I think the only a Harry Potter tower here and there, and maybe now and then a hay bale. That's it. Everything else, you'll have to have vehicles. Aside from that, you're sitting ducks. What happened to them? Unfortunately, they took a loss so early on.
So, talking about taking losses, right? They went out in 12. Trusty process, one of my squads I was looking for. Again, taken down in 16th position there. Unfortunate. Yeah. But I want to say, game number 1, we had 4 squads drop military base. I mean, that's kind of unusual, in my opinion. But let's go check out leaderboards. Here's first through 8th place, ETG Brawlers getting 33 points, 20 replacement, 13 kills in game number 1. That's a lot.
I mean, those kills are immense. Basically, you're almost winning a whole game right there.
It's almost a chicken.
It's almost a chicken dinner, exactly. I mean, Synergy, they're not that far behind. But the fact is that because of the amount of kills and placements that they got, they're actually separated by 12 whole points. That is a lot of points.
Now, in 3rd place, 0 Degree. They got 10 points, 10 kills. I'm going to call them the Dream Crushers out here in game number 1. They held such a phenomenal compound. They were able to keep Orange Rock from crashing them, right? Yes, Orange Rock, they only had 3 when they made the crash, but they took them out. And then, on top of that, they also took out Soul. Yep. So they were crushing Dreams in game number 1.
They're the giant killers at this point.
Exactly.
It's so interesting to me that in this one position, when you have Team Soul and Orange Rock in one place, neither of them come out on top. Usually you'd expect to see one or the other, but that's definitely not what happened. They got taken out in the compound, and to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what happened with Soul there. You did mention it. I want to go back on it. Mortal charging into that compound all alone without any backup, no potential for trades. That's a very big question mark for me.
He had the flag. He's like, follow me to victory.
That guy just Leroy Jenkins into the whole place.
Leroy!
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of Soul, speaking of Orange Rock, one thing we're not seeing on the top 8 is them. We're going to have to go to the second page of results to actually see them currently. And Soul, Orange Rock, Trusted Process, all tied for last place.
Yep, I mean, they got 1 point for replacements because if you can recall, 11th through 16th will be getting you 1 point. We do see Rip Official Entity above them. He did get 1 kill. Elementrix with 1 kill as well. 8-bit with 5 placement points, no kills, and then Orb Official, 3 placement points.
I just have to say this is a really interesting way to start the day with everybody makes the and I feel like this might have something to do with the fact that everybody tried to play their own play style. Everybody wanted to play aggressive. We saw teams dropping military base. No one wanted to compromise. I feel like that's a lot of the reason why we saw so many skirmishes early
Yeah, so we saw it was Orb. They were down there at the bottom of the board. But I gotta say, they used the unfavorable circle, right? Because they did drop military base.
Yep.
But they were proactive with it. They went and camped the East Bridge. So they still got taken out early, but they were able to get kills in the process. I believe they ended up taking out 1 or 2 from Trusty Process. So that goes to show you how important these kills are, because they were able to outplace those squads that went out.
I think they bridge capped them at the end of the very start right there. They lost 3 on the side of Trust the Process. And so it just goes to show that still bridges are being camped. It's not just in
and then his name was camping the West Bridge. So regardless, I mean, both bridges were camped. Maybe you could take a vehicle, kind of just hope and pray that the aim's not on point, or take a Pubg and see go play, which I was actually surprised about. I guess maybe the time was pressed over here in game number 1.
Well, speaking of game number 1, let's actually take a look at our top 5 plays, what went down in that first match, because we always take match 5. And one thing I want to mention while we're looking at some of these is the fact that UCG Brawlers, they finished 15th back in spring. Still keep the same roster. They were 19th in the first game of the day. That's a fantastic start.
And we're going to see 6 kills, 732 damage in 1 game. Going to be racking up the kills for game number 1, and then behind them you got 5 kills, 4 kills, 4 kills, and then 3. So definitely a confidence booster coming into day number 1, game number 1. You're already fragging out, you're already putting numbers on the board.
Yeah, and I mean, I just want to point out Major Alpha getting 780 damage right there with only 4 kills, though. But still, it just goes to show how aggressive these guys want to play. Major Alpha, he's looking very good. And Team Synergy, I know we haven't discussed them a lot either, but I feel like right now everybody's sort of looking at, oh, who are these guys? Synergy, we have to keep an eye on them too now. Suddenly the playing field is wide open.
Well, the fact is, going through the 7th zone, they were the only 2 teams with all 4 players alive. That kind of shows they're really focused on getting the placings, getting the positions against the teams, and then using that to their advantage.
Yeah, they're kind of snaking it out compared to ETG, who were being proactive with it. They were all standing up, trying to survey the area, trying to make sure to clean out these snakes, because they learned their lesson when they lost that one member that didn't do that split. They were taken down pretty early on when it comes to that. We'll see, though. I mean, like you said, some names that, none of us expected, at least in game number 1.
And looking at only game number 1 now done, that's the first match of all these teams, 7 or 8 matches. They have 7 left to go, and they've already had at least 4 Orange Rock and Team Soul at the bottom of the table. Now, if you're them, if you're playing as their team, do you start to get more aggressive now? Kind of play, maybe like that was just a one-off, right? It was just a bad start for you to go into the next match and play the same style, or do you change things up?
I feel like this is when expertise and experience veteran teams right here. More veteran teams should know that they shouldn't let this get into their head, that this is just probably just a one-off, that their performance isn't usually like this, so they have to mentally reset themselves. And this is where you see the mental fortitude of players start to come in. They need to be able to say, okay, we had an off game, we'll come back to the next one and do that much better.
Yeah, I mean, don't let those maybe forget about it. We'll talk about it later at the end of the day when we review the VODs, but you got to take every game fresh, stay confident with that momentum. You brought up Orange Rock, I believe. Early on, they were fighting in containers against Grip. They lost one early on. I did like that they were playing extremely passive, as they only had 3 members alive. They pushed in zone 3 and 4 pretty late. We saw them kind of in a skirmish for a crate with Soul. That was pretty interesting. And then, like, 0 degree, just cleaning up those.
The problem is, for me, Orange Rock, when I look at Orange Rock, their playstyle is known for me to be very tactical. They like to clear the map together, getting kills as they go through, and then holding the center. Problem is, we saw none of that. Because of the fact that they lost Sanhu early, I feel like that affected their confidence by so much that they didn't take any fights.
Yeah, we'll see, because yesterday, speaking to Orange Rock, they said, okay, we do good games 1 and 2, we're in first place, top 5 on leaderboards. We're probably going to play a little passive, try to get some compounds. But if we do have some poor games early on, we're going to have to put full metal to the floor, right? Guns blazing, aggression, they're going to be rushing everything. We'll see if they're going to live up to what they told us yesterday, at least.
Yeah, we'll find out. That does wrap out with our first game with a nice little bow as we head into the break. When we come back, we're switching things up. We're heading to the break.
becoming the real deal. Fast downloading. They always get into the field quicker than you. Falling behind? No, not gonna happen. Stay calm and be cool. Nothing will stand in your way. A true hero must step up to defeat the enemies when there's no one to count on. Multi-Turbo, a real strong core makes you a real professional player.
Welcome to the PUBG Mobile Light Hallow Weeks. We're happy to bring you our Halloween-themed mode, Survive Till Dawn. In this new mode, players will undergo 3 days and 2 nights of harsh trials. Survive the attacks of zombies and other survivors to become the last person standing. Do you want to see dawn break on the 3rd day? Then you'd better remember the following tips for survival. Collect as many supplies as you can during the day. You can never have too much ammo or medicine. Before night falls, search for a good building to hide in and prepare your defenses. Zombies appear during the night. The zombies can find you no matter where you hide. So your best tactic to fight the zombies right now is to squat inside a room with only one exit and kill the zombies with cover from your teammates. We've prepared an even greater surprise for you, other than the normal zombies. A mysterious organization will use airdrops to distribute their biochemical experiment, Payman. This powerful elite zombie descends from the sky and tries to kill all enemies within sight. The greater the danger, the greater the rewards. The map shows your repayment will drop from the sky. Kill it to get powerful weapons as your reward. The M134 minigun and flamethrower. These 2 Survival Till Dawn exclusive weapons can definitely help you survive these 3 days and 2 nights. But remember, zombies aren't your only enemies, as other survivors are also a threat to you, so don't hesitate to eliminate them. Once you manage to survive, you'll get the unique achievement, Until Dawn. Team up with your teammates to play Survive Till Dawn during Hallow Weeks.
Back everyone as we have that first game done and dusted. Now we're moving over onto a little bit of a chillier map, over onto Vikendi. We already had ETG for always taking home the first chicken dinner of the day. Now with still 5 more games to come up, looking forward to Vikendi. How are they teams going to switch mentally this next time?
Normally, I'd say Vikendi should level the playing field a little bit more because not everybody practices Vikendi a lot. I mean, I'm sure some teams do, but you know, the thing is, Vikendi is normally a place where you level the playing field. The problem is, it's hard to say that because what happened last game when all of the teams sort of just fell apart, all the top teams at the very least, and we see new teams that we never really expected rise to the top.
Yeah, so early game, we're going to suspect we might have some, early skirmishes just because squads aren't familiar with their map awareness. They're going to be caught off guard possibly. Then mid-game, kind of a lull moment as teams are going to be in compound, camping out. Late game, it's going to blow up. I'm going to put it on the record right now. Circle number 7, I want to say we'll have 12 teams.
Really?
Circle 7. Hold me to it. Hold me to it. Write it down in the book. Circle 7, 12 teams. Vikendi. Let's see if I'm right. So Orange Rock, Soul, Mega X.
If you're wrong, you shave the mustache.
No. Orange Rock, Soul, Mega X. Challenging game number 1. All right. Rough start, like you mentioned before the break. Hopefully they don't have this tilt.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't imagine so. I imagine that these teams will be prepared for this kind of thing to happen, that they get relatively unlucky and they get taken out early. Question is, however, what will they do come to Vikendi? Do they want to play more aggressive? Do they want to play a little bit more safe, a little bit more passive? I'm thinking, and in my opinion, always the best way to go about it is to just play your game. Don't think about how you placed last one. Just keep doing it, because the more you think about the last game, the more it sort of tilts you.
Yeah, and then BTG Brawlers. The momentum. They had, 13 kills in game number 1. Whatever juice they drink this morning, hopefully they're backstage drinking some more of that juice. They're going to be coming into this next game still juiced out their minds, getting more kills because, my goodness. I mean, like you said, 13 kills, almost a chicken. so they practically got like 1.5 already.
Yeah, I mean,
Chicken
that's
nuggets?
insane. It's like 33 points. That's crazy. But the thing is that I did want to point out as well, we did get a little bit lucky. So the hill that they were actually on,
Come on, lucky.
well, very lucky,
Okay,
to be
okay.
honest.
I mean,
because,
okay.
like, the hill
You
that they were
doubled down on
man,
that one. Not only lucky, very lucky.
They were very lucky. Look, the hill they were on, they were all prone. And because of TPV mode, they could see all the other snakes in the grass so much easier.
They had to hold the hill though. Yes, they
That
had
is true.
vehicles, but think about it. These other squads that are trying to push up the hill, they could just toss some volleys, toss some grenades. There you go. Prone in the grass or not, you're gonna be dead. So they did a good job at holding those teams at bay down there on the low ground. Now, if they did get pushed, another story. If they weren't able to defend themselves,
But they were.
lucky.
Lucky,
Yes,
yeah,
they got
lucky.
the top of the hill. I kind of agree, but what they did with that luck is what was important in
Yeah.
my mind.
I'm happy because not only did they hold that extremely lucky position, they were also able to fight it out and survive to the very end, leading, having a complete roster of 4,
Yeah.
which was actually not the easiest thing considering that, as you said, they were surrounded by like 6 or 7 squads in the last circle. That's
Very
not
important.
easy.
So maybe we'll find out in this next game if it was just lucky from them or something that we should expect from the ETG Brawlers.
We luckily get to actually have an opportunity to see back circles from that last match. What went down, and obviously being top of the hill was very good for ETG. And I kind of want to ask you guys while we watch this video is, now if you're ETG Brawlers, do you kind of look at this as, all right, first game done, like we have so much pressure off our shoulders. Do you think they're going to play a little bit more passive now and just go for placings, or do you still think they're going to play the way they played before?
You know, I think there's actually more pressure on the shoulders now. Just everybody was looking at them like, oh my god, who are these guys? Where do they come from? They just demolished everybody, 13 kills in the first game. Now everybody's looking at them.
Exactly. That's actually amplified, like you mentioned. Yes, you know, coming out the gates hot is good, but what you do with that spicy fire in your belly is what's important here. You don't want to let it go.
Not too early, at least.
Not too early.
You want to keep that fiery belly.
I mean, you want to keep the other teams on their toes as well. You want to keep whatever advantage you got. I mean, maybe the other squads right now of our squad, the Brawlers,
But
it's the fear in their eyes.
exactly, but it can't get into their heads. I mean, the fact that they won,
Oh, they can't get ego.
they can't get ego.
Don't get
Exactly.
ego down.
Yeah, exactly. So they might be thinking, oh, we're hot stuff right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I already asked him for an autograph. He's like, nah, I can't right now. So it's mini ego, but it's 13 kill game.
I mean, I got.
You do got one.
Not an ego. No, I actually got an autograph from him.
Oh, and an ego though. So you got
Yeah, a little bit. And I have to. Kind of have to have one. But then
7'5".
we keep growing over the course of today. But obviously, looking at the bottom team, we have Team Soul. Like this is a team who won. They won back in June and already off. I don't need to, but not a great start.
Okay, the thing with Team Soul, what happened was, it just goes to show how cutthroat this whole tournament can be. You make one mistake, you put it in alone one time, and his whole team goes down around him. That's absolutely, harsh. With just one mistake to be taken out completely.
That's the thing. One mistake. You have 8 games total to play. You can't be making mistakes like this.
Maybe the team comp got a little cluttered at the end when Mortal did go down and out. Circles 1 and 2, they were smack in the middle. I was actually kind of favoring them based off of that, but then we saw the joint all the way down there to the south, I believe, like circle number 5. They had to make that push, and 0 Degree was holding that compound. I would like to maybe ask them later on today why they pushed that compound in particular.
I remember seeing Mortal went down, but they also had Punch down as well, outside behind one of the
So they got knocked.
So they kind of had like a rough position of like, well, do we go and save Viper, try to go around towards Mortal, and he got taken down, and eventually.
Yeah, and Mortal was fighting he wasn't having a good time either. I do want to point out, actually, 0 Degree. They are not a team that we particularly discussed earlier, but they actually had an insane game. They were taking out.
Yeah, I think, 10 kills, right? So they were holding that compound pretty good. But then when they had to push out of the compound, things kind of fell apart. They weren't planning ahead, I feel like. Like, they were feeling confident. They kept getting blessed by the circles. Oh, we're still in it, boys. Let's keep racking the kills. But they weren't thinking, like, okay, if the circle doesn't pop on us, out of here. And we saw that happen.
Normally, you'll probably see some sort of smoke execute to help them
Yeah.
get out, throw in a bunch of smoke grenades. Didn't really see that. They kind of just walked out and got eaten.
Or some vehicles parked like on the sides to hide the wheels, like a backup plan.
Exactly.
Just a plan to make it on out of
Or like
compound.
have someone scout out a path to get out.
Exactly. So they're just, I believe, I want to say living in the moment. I guess that's the correct
They're
term.
YOLOing it.
YOLO.
Oh man, you guys really have to say yellow. Anyway, so we obviously talked a ton about ETG Brawlers, but luckily we have a little bit of an interview with them. We can take a little bit of a look into the team and obviously learn some more about the first sequence of home and chicken dinner.
Pmco साउथ एशिया फाइनल्स टीम और अभी हमारे साथ मौजूद है ETG ब्रॉलर्स की टीम। तो थैंक यू गाइस सो मच अपना टाइम निकालने के लिए इस इंटरव्यू के लिए। एंड एक बेसिक से क्वेश्चन से स्टार्ट करते हैं अबाउट इंट्रोडक्शन।
So my name is Vinay and my in-game name is ETG, role Iconic, and my role in game is assaulting, and I'm from Delhi.
My name is Dhruv. My role is IGL. I'm from Delhi.
My name is Rahul. My in-game name is ETG Brawl Noah, and my in-game purpose is assaulting.
My name is Ritik, and my in-game name is ETG Brawl Dark, and my role is support.
सो अभी तक जर्नी था सारी टीम का काफ़ी इंटेंस था और एक्सपीरियंस काफ़ी सारी टीम का काफ़ी नहीं था। आप लोगों के लिए कैसा एक्सपीरियंस था क्वालिफायर्स में?
At the start में जब qualifier start हुए थे तो पहले few games like पहले 2 दिन हमारे कुछ खास नहीं गए थे, लेकिन third day we kind of made a comeback and we were in the top. So I guess it was very thrilling.
जब फाइनल सर्कल में अगर किसी टीम से लड़ना हो या तो फाइनल सर्कल में किसी टीम को
अवॉइड तो कोई टीम कर सकते हैं, लोग कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, वी हैव कॉन्फिडेंस मार सकते हैं। एंड साथ में जो चाहिए टीम फाइनल सर्कल में आई वुड से एक्चुअली वी आर गुड फ्रेंड्स प्लस उनका गेम प्ले अच्छा है, मतलब बहुत डिजर्विंग बहुत ज़्यादा बहुत। लास्ट टाइम दे वर आई थिंक दे केम एज LAFP इफ यू गाइस नो। उनके बाद उनका परफॉर्मेंस बहुत इंप्रूव हुआ है, बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपेंशनली उनका गेम इंप्रूव हुआ है और उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म किया है। उनसे लड़ने में मज़ा आता है।
अगर दोस्त हो और अच्छा खेलते हो
बिकॉज वैसे फ्रेंड्स एंड गेम राइवल्स बेस्ट चीज़।
Okay, so how do you guys see आप लोग काफ़ी टाइम के साथ में खेलते हो, तो आगे के बारे में क्या?
अभी PMC तो इस पर फोकस है, आगे का आगे बिकॉज कुछ लोगों का खेलने का मन ना करे, दे माइट स्पोर्ट और किसी का कहीं और जाने नहीं तो दे कैन गो, बट हमारा मेन काम ये है जो प्रेजेंट पे फोकस है PMC बैठना, बाकी चीज़ दिमाग
आगे का भी यस। तो आइकॉनिक नोवा ये आपके लिए क्वेश्चन है, ये वाला जो ब्रॉलर्स का लाइन ब्रॉलर्स है, हाउ इज़ दिस डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द ड्रीमर्स का जो लाइन था आपका पहले?
Actually, that lineup was kind of spontaneously made. We only had like 3 to 4 days to make that lineup, and 2 of the players were kind of FPP players in that lineup, Experiment and Eco. They were very, very good at FPP, but the tournament that we usually play, like in PM or some other tournament, like every single tournament is TPP based. So it was kind of mixed team, just Iconic and Turnip.
Well, this team is totally like I would say more specialized in TPP. और अभी जितने भी टूर्नामेंट्स हो रहे हैं सारे बेटर चांस FPP और TPP में बहुत डिफरेंस है।
हाँ डिफरेंस होता है अगर मेजॉरिटी टूर्नामेंट जैसा
एंड दिस थिंग लाइक FPV प्लेयर्स दे कैन नॉट टेक इन द मैच, मतलब घुस के मारना पसंद है, और टीवी में जो बंदा पीछे खड़ा है TPP ले रहा होगा और घुस के मारोगे तो बस
इन्फॉर्मेशन पहले पता चल जाती है।
एग्जैक्टली
या so आखिरी क्वेश्चन, a message to either your girlfriend's family.
मुझे तो पता था।
Well, it's nice to learn a little bit more about the team. The one thing that really confuses me, you talk about Sander earlier on, he top fragged 35 kills in the group stage. Then you have Dark there who top fragged in the last game, and they're both supports.
Yeah.
What is that about supports, right? I don't understand.
I think it's just something you say, so if you don't do it well, it's like, oh, I'm the support, I'm supposed to get the information. Like bragging out, like, hey guys, I'm the support, what are you doing? You're the fraggers, you're the assaulters, you're the rushers, how come I'm out fragging?
Yeah, he's pretty much got it right. I do want to point out something really quick, though. This lineup of EDG Rollers, they actually did mention a team called the Dreamers before. That was one of the dream teams that used to underperform a lot. Experiment who was forecasted before. Now it seems like it's potential for this new roster, so I'm excited.
But then again, they talked about like baby steps in the team. They're kind of just focused on one thing at a time, and what a way to make your first step. You're in the tournament by winning.
Yeah.
Game.
I do like how you mentioned if a squad takes the fight to them, they're going to fight back. They're not going to hold back. They're not going to be passive. They're going to compound. They're going to take the fight to them and get the respect here in game number 1. I believe they did that. Don't listen to girlfriend at the end. So, y'all understand.
Ladies, if you're out there, and obviously you guys can come back. It's free to come in. It's free to actually walk in, sit down the stage. On the stage, you can stay in seats because the stage.
You might get tackled. Yeah, you might get tackled.
I would love to see that. Just you mid like talking on the house. Headset off and just go tackle.
No, I'm not the one tackling.
Oh, you're not tackling.
We got security.
Okay, all right. We'll make sure. Obviously, come by. We need to start maybe to look at predictions. And I want to say, I guess predictions aside of if you're one of those teams who underperformed in that first game, you might have to start. Like you only have, again, to reiterate the point, it's so important. 8 matches in total to play.
I think the most important thing is to not let it. Like if you're Team Soul, if you're Team Orange Rock, still need practice. Get it out of your system. You need to play more aggressive. Play more aggressive. Just go ahead and do it. But whatever you do,
I mean, the main goal, top 6. Right? Mentioned 1 game is already down, so these teams here and some of these groups only have 7 games to go. I believe you can have 4 games. After that, it's gonna be a challenge to get top 6.
I'm gonna agree. I think 2-4 games.
4 games.
As long as you get kills. As long as you get some kills, you got something going your way. Because the chicken dinners, they're not as big as those chickens. So go for those kills, play aggressive, and I think that's what Orange Rock is.
And they're good at killing.
That's the thing. Yeah, they need to be able to go and take those frags because they aren't aggressive. If they deviate from that playstyle that they're so good at, it's not.
And then Team Soul, they also more aggressive here today at the event, so hopefully they can frag out and make up for those lost points in the previous game.
So our predictions were wrong the first time. Give me some quick predictions for game 2.
Sure. Orange Rock.
Orange Rock, I'm going with Brawlers because they got full-blown momentum right now.
Well, they put a lot of pressure on them in the first game, taking on the chicken dinner. We're going to find out if they can do it yet again with John Allen and Blake to bring us through the game.
Hark, the winds of change are whirling and swirling around the tournament system. Obviously, last game, a little bit more chaos, a little bit underestimated teams coming through, shining, showing us exactly what they've got. But hopefully, we're going to be able to find a firm footing here over on Vikendi. My name's John Allen, with me. I'm going to be guiding you through today's games.
It was an interesting first game there. Quite the ruckus was made by a lot of the teams that we have in the group stages. So exciting going forward, guys. So again, like the boys said on the deck, if you are in the area and come down to the Juggle Arena, it's just free to go in.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It's loads of fun. The stage is insane.
It's fantastic. It is a fantastic stage. It's a fantastic plane path heading over the top of Vikendi to spot out quite a few available locations.
Yeah, on this one it's fairly easy. Once again, it's kind of like the north to south plane path we saw from Erangel. This was kind of kind. I'm not sure if I'm going to say it's a cool circle. It's the genuine right. But we had an exception there. Maybe we get an exception again. Obviously, most players on Vikendi, you can move wherever you want because rotating in is a lot of vehicles to move behind. There's a lot of cover to work with. So making that first circle is not difficult. The question comes, if you make that first circle, you have to do where you want to stick, you want to stay. And if the circle moves away from you, then it's the onus is on you to move right. And moving through towns which are now occupied, you got to be super sneaky.
Oh yeah. Make sure you remain in cover. The boys on the desk are talking about predictions. Blank, I'm going to ask you. looking at now that we've seen some of these drop locations come through? Who are you thinking is going to have a good time with it? Maybe we'll wait until the first circle pops.
I think first circle will go. Everyone is pretty much everywhere right now. Elementrix, though, they're on top of Synergy E. Soul is just to the north of them. Castle, point of contention between Synergy E and Elementrix. Trusted Process, this is what I'm saying.
Whoa.
That's what I said. It's a nice playing path. You get a cruel circle. Very difficult to decide who's going to win this, but I think Orange Rock can have a nice swing about on the top side. So you know what? I'm going to go with Orange Rock.
All right, bold prediction. You don't think that the Mega X are going to be able to fight through literally every other team and make it all the way to the top? No?
Oh, I have some.
Okay,
But
some
not
faith.
a lot.
No, maybe not. We'll see. I do like how Seoul, every game, every map, every style, they always play a central position, which means that even in circles like this, they're not too far off. They can still get an early push. And what they were talking about before with optimizing their loop time, being able to get out a little bit earlier and being able to get over there is actually really, really important, right? It's going to be super impactful because then they can start to take advantage of that central position. Because if you aren't looting fast in the central position, you lose the power of those.
Absolutely, John. So Seoul, they've got to loot up, get out of there, take that position. For everyone on the south side, they're much, much more difficult to deal with. Seoul already entering into this one, got frag onto Elementrix. I believe that was Mr. Hyosu going down there. Very unfortunate. Orange Rock, though, is the team that I've got my eyes on. They have to move Entity, which is the major thing for me. But they do have Ripper Fisher in the wings. That was the team, remember, who were the first to take out Marvy in the first game. Now, Marvy is an excellent shot on Orange Rock. Losing him was a big blow to Orange Rock for the first game. He's one of the players that you almost always see at the end of the games.
Such an intelligent player. They are really going to struggle without him at their back. Although, to be fair, he's still in the game. He can still fit with the team. Make sure that he is feeding all that information. Marvy, as we've been saying before, one of the most intelligent IQ in India, in the South Asian region, a really, really strong player, and you can see why we're able to set it up and get that all done. So as this rotation start to sort of come in, the looting phase will start to be over for the teams over down all the way in the south. 8-bit,
it's very interesting so far. I mean, this circle is just not nice to absolutely anyone. You've got to make a really normal rotation up here. Like I was saying before, though, you can quite easily make this rotation, especially through Dino Park or through Villas. A lot of nice terrain that you can walk, some nice cover. Obviously, Mount Prezek as well is a good place to rotate past because it does limit it on the side. Elementrix are just not having good start whatsoever. They're really desperately trying to make their way up past Castle, but it looks like they are going to have to split up now and meet back a bit later.
Just a little bit, they've left one back to try and give themselves a little bit more cover moving forward. Obviously, taking a little bit of punishment early on, losing Mr. Kyoto. Still be 3 strong. So they left one behind in the form of Orange. Try and see what he can do. Against Synergy E, of course, the team came second in the last game. So they do want to try and to convert this. It's all about consistency. That's what they were talking about on the desk, what we talk about time and time again over in the group stages. Oh dear. Speaking of consistency, it seems like Seoul are being pretty consistent with themselves.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. That was Klitschko went down first. Now he's going down again. Comfort came from the bench. They were hoping that he'd add that extra oomph that I talked about earlier to the team. And really, so far, I'm not going to lie, he's been dragging them down a little bit. So
a bit oomphless.
Oomphless? Yeah, so it's going to be maybe, was it I think. Slightly unfortunate. Maybe he is just still getting back into the swing of things like they're still working on communication. Maybe that is still a problem for them. Orange from Elementrix can see exactly when Synergy E are going to move in that way, so that he's constantly providing info to the team who have gone north. Right now, Orange Rock, they're playing it cool. They're playing it cool. They don't want to move too much. They're just going to scout around, make sure the area around them is clear, and then maybe rotate up towards the northern side. But there is a huge wall of players. Now, Let's think about this, John, very quickly, because we've got to decide what teams have to rotate in through here. If you're coming up Cosmodrome, you've got to go past End. You've also got to go through the huge amount of buildings and high places that players can just sneakily play upon. If you come through the middle, you've got to deal with which is an awful place to rotate past if you don't have vehicles to move straight up towards the lava. And underneath this, again, it's just a wall of players. If you're on the south side, you're very, very uncomfortable.
Choosing your compound carefully is going to be very important moving in.
Yes.
The next circles could go towards go a little bit more inland. So you do want to be on that sort of central axis on the line. Port down towards Mount Kresnik. That's a sort of place to be in. If you're in the cone, if you basically you want to be in the triangle formed by Port, Garocca, and Mount Kresnik stage. That's sort of my prime location for the set.
Yeah, I think Mount Kresnik will provide you. What it won't provide you is easy terrain to go past. What it will provide you is basically a big wall of all the players that you can kind of sidestep past and shimmy through into the circle. Orb currently have just gone all the way up to Port. They're playing very, very safe, and you can't blame them at this point.
No, not at all. It's a really safe location. They know that they can't get pushed from the back. No one's really rotates it close at all. I mean, even on other maps, it's very, very unlikely. Probably Sanok is the most common boat rotation that you see. The crossing on Erangel as well to Military Island or from Military Island. Probably the other one where you see it, but Megarex spot themselves a 0 degree.
Wow.
They take a knock, sacked. An uncharacteristic knock early on into the fight.
What has happened? 0 degree. This team looks like it's on steroids right now.
Oh no, Encore drops out and they are going to fall on down. Nicely picked up. No down so far for 0 degree. This is really going to put the pace up. The Jaxi and Megarex are really going to suffer. Swag trying to hold it down. Not doing the best. This is not the team that we saw come second.
It really is not. Or this could be not the team we saw come further down towards the group stage. They're playing phenomenally. That instant refrag onto Snacks there was disgusting from God. And again, the Molotov clears him out.
It's going to be able to get him down again. And the Sharks, they are a swirling 0 degree, about to put him on ice. Doing just that. Snacks goes down. Mega X suffer heavy casualties.
This is the power of SMGs on Vikendi. So much close quarter combat. With those super fast firing weapons, you could demolish someone almost immediately. But think about this for a second. Illustrado, Day, and Depp said you cannot have more than 2 core games. You cannot have those games. What we've just seen from Megarex, 2 core games. They have to have an amazing run in their next 6 to make it happen, to get into that top 16. It's looking very dire for them right now.
Oh, a lot of scuffling going on over towards Port, actually, as well. Teams losing some players, moving forwards. Be able to find a little bit of safety just yet. Orb actually see a couple of red health bars there. You know, I'm going to suffer a little bit.
A bit of punishment coming my way. But Orb, yeah, another team that interesting, leveled up in a big way. Just to see. Now, one thing I want to talk about is Orange Rock. They have just chilled out for a long time. Quite happily, they're here on Vikendi. There is a lot of snow going on. Definitely going to be feeling a little bit frozen, but now they're starting to fall. They're starting to move right now, and they've allowed all these teams to, like I say, cluster up, have a bit of fun, help each other out, and now they've found themselves an easy way to the circle just underneath Colma.
Nicely done. It's on the edge, and the circle more than likely going to shift a little bit more inland onto the next ones, which means that playing this soft edge is actually too punishing. If it does end up that the circle does just join all the way out, it'll be pretty tricky for them to try and fight through that second.
Interesting play as well, because as I was saying before, that's a wall, right? I think they were hanging around for the blue to push in, scouting south side, and now they know exactly where teams will be coming from on the west side of Mount Kresnik. Now they just need to clear out the northern side, which they're going to do now. It's very difficult to really tell you what's going on with the rest of the teams because they are so close together, as you can see on the screen right now. Godlike, 0 degree. You got a Synergy E, Orb, Insane up there. as alongside Megastars. It's crazy. It's crazy up there.
Looking to try and take down some of the players who are in drop. They spot the rotation coming out. See what more they've done. But it looks like nothing quite happening just yet.
One drop have stopped though. The vehicles not happy about